It's This meeting is called to order.
Calling to order the regular city council meeting of July 7th, 2025.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, may we have the roll call, please?
Law is absent. Obolinski,
Here.
Chess,
Yay, I'm here. Oh.
Sakach,
Here.
No.
Here.
Leave.
Here.
Thank you.
Item 4 is closed session report, and there are no closed sessions to report on tonight. Item 5 is presentations.
Recognition of the Diablo Valley College Speech and Debates Team award-winning performance at the Firo Pi Speech and Debate National Championship.
Okay, I'd like to invite Robert Hawkins and Paul Villa. Yeah. Another yeah. Come on up, right up to the front. The two of you are the co-directors of forensics at Diablo Valley College. And, oh yeah, good. All right, we got that right. So far, so good.
Yeah.
All right. I am just going to read the certificate of recognition. I, Sue Noack, Mayor of the City of Pleasant Hill, hereby commend the Diablo Valley College Speech and Debate Team for receiving 22 individual awards, including 5 gold medals, 4 silver medals, and 13 bronze medals, and placing 3rd nationally among all competing colleges at the Phi Rho Pi Speech and Debate National Championship on April 7th to 12th, 2025. On behalf of the Pleasant Hill City Council, the certificate is presented in honor and recognition of your outstanding efforts. Let me find my certificate. You want to come down with me to present this?
Awesome.
Here we go. Okay, taken.
Thank you. All right.
Here we go. This
Okay.
if you guys want to say anything?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you to everybody in the community. You know, Paul and I have been running the show at DVC for the last 5 to 7 years, and we've just been so proud to work with the communities, the students that we have. There's so much talent in the community, and we have just been thrilled to represent Pleasant Hill. So yeah, I know Paul's from Pleasant Hill. So.
Yeah, I went to school at Valley View, then College Park, and then DVC. So I've kind of lived on the street for like 20 years at this point. And yeah, just was really cool. Like, oh my gosh, the city of like my city is like excited to celebrate us. That's so wonderful, and the students especially, of course. But
Yeah,
Well,
so
I just don't want any of them to come and debate me. Yeah,
I
exactly.
love fun van rides. Like, oh, well, yeah, that went 3 hours. That was
Yeah. I just want to say thank you for the support. We appreciate it.
Yeah, well, congratulations and thank you very much.
Presentation of certificates of completion to Pleasant Hill Local Government Academy participants.
Okay, I'm going to introduce the item and give a brief congratulations to the participants before explaining. When I call your name, please come and stand from the dais and remain there. The city clerk will hand you your certificate as your name is called. We'll take a group picture when finished. We ask the audience hold their applause until all the certificates are presented. For those that you aren't aware, this is the Local Government Academy. These people were interested in figuring out how the city really works. And so they spent quite a few hours, six Thursdays in a row, 3 hours spent with various staff members and city council members to learn about the city. And we appreciate their interest in the city, and we appreciate their participation. Sorry. Are you doing these? Okay. I was hoping you were reading names and I was handing out. You know what? You read names and I will hand out certificates. That will make it much smoother. You want to come down with me?
Okay. So we will begin with Andreas Anheuser. Jinping Bai. Chris Carr. Jeannie, oh, it says Jeannie Carr here, but that is not right. Jeannie, could you please come forward? Not Jeannie D. Jessica Chang. Abe Doherty. Jeannie Donovan. I'm going too fast. Steve Donovan. Gail Egbert. Leslie Gillum. Kaylee Gorham. Sheila Hare. Okay, thank you. Oh, Donna Henry and Phil Henry are absent, but just acknowledging them. Oh, pardon me. So then Donna Henry, Phil Henry, pardon me. Paula Hunt. Jamie O'Toole. Melissa Rice. Okay, Judy and Steve Weber, I believe, are absent, but we'll just recognize them. And that completes our cohort.
Yeah, I can go lower. Stand, yeah. I might have to squat, but, and Andre. Somebody else coming up to you an award. Perfect.
Introduction of Planning Commissioners Celia Chang and Alex Colfin.
Thank you, Mayor Vivian.
I was supposed to invite you to do this, but that's right. Fire away.
Thank you, Mayor Vivian. Councilmember Sakach and I serve on the City Council Interviewing and Nominating Committee. And we've interviewed multiple candidates for our Planning Commission vacancies. And ultimately, we recommended Celia and Alex to be reappointed for additional 4-year terms. And the council approved those recommendations at our April 21st meeting. First, I'd like to introduce Celia. She's a resident of Pleasant Hill for more than 22 years, with over 30 years of experience in architecture. Clearly, she started as a preteen. in architecture, including multifamily, residential, life science, office buildings, and community college projects. She was first appointed to the Planning Commission in 2021 and has served on the Diversity Commission as a Planning Commissioner representative for 2 terms, including the first year that the Diversity Commission was formed, which was in 2021. Celia participated in the Planning Commission during the general plan update hearings leading to its adoption in 2023. And for anyone who's not familiar with that process, that took quite a while. And so she's obviously very interested in planning, but also has expressed enthusiasm for seeing the climate action plan drafted and adopted in the near future. So Celia, would you like to come up, say a few words?
Is it on?
Is it on? Yes. Thank you to the council for offering me the opportunity to continue to serve the city of Pleasant Hill in the role of planning commissioner. It's been a great opportunity to learn about how the city works, and I look forward to participating in more discussions about the climate action plan and also all of the housing bills that are now coming from state that will be influencing and need to be incorporated in our ordinances. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next reappointment is Alex Calfin. He's been a resident of Pleasant Hill for 8 years and currently serves as Director of Government Affairs for Amtrak, which his role requires working with local, state, and federal officials regarding new services and capital projects. Was first appointed also in 2021 to the Planning Commission. Has served as chair of the Planning Commission from 2022 through 2023 and chaired the meetings during the hearings that the general plan was being updated, and including those for the housing element as well. He served on the city's general plan advisory committee and was recently appointed to represent the Planning Commission on the Diversity Commission and as well as Transpac. So Alex, come on up.
Good evening, Mayor Nowak and Mayor Leaf, council members. Well, first, thank you for the opportunity to come back for 4 more years. I think we were all very lucky to have some real interesting issues in the first 4 years that I served. General plan was lots of fun. Housing element was lots of fun. Bicycle transportation plan. I have a sneaky suspicion that we'll have some more really interesting items coming up. I look forward to working with you and staff, which, by the way, we have excellent staff. I'm sure you already know that. Again, thank you for the opportunity to come back for 4 more years, and I look forward to making some decisions that will benefit Pleasant Hill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'd like to acknowledge Vivian Leaf as honorary mayor for the day. Vivian is 11 years old, fifth grade, going to be a 6th grader at Sequoia, right? And we will talk a little further down the agenda. Since she's doing such a great job, I'm going to keep her going instead of ending our session now. So we will move on to 5.5, which is an update on Pleasant Hill Police Department roof repairs.
Ione gave me a job.
How was your job?
Good evening, Mayor Nowak, council members. My name is Ann James, Public Works Director. As part of our ongoing reporting commitment for the emergency project at the police department, I'm here to provide us with the latest update on the project. So state roofing began on June 25th. Since they mobilized, they've removed all the gravel and completed the full demolition of the existing roofing system down to the plywood deck. Now that the roof was fully exposed, we had Wallace Termite back on site to perform an additional inspection. That happened on July 3rd. Based on the site observations, the roofing contractor and our building division staff, it was determined that a full replacement of the plywood sheeting is not required the majority of the deck is unaffected by termite activity. So we're just doing localized plywood removal where they've identified issues. They're treating for the termites as a precaution. Up to now, only 6 sheets of deteriorated plywood has been removed and replaced. They've been doing targeted spot treatments and repairs as needed under the building division's inspection. So the next phase of the project includes the installation of a new 5/8-inch CDX plywood layer across the entire roof in accordance with the International Building Code. The upgrade will eliminate the sagging between the rafters, strengthen the overall structural integrity of the roof, and bring the roof into compliance with Title 24, Class A fire rating, and Energy Star rated reflective membrane standards. If you need any sort of info on that, I'll be calling Jeff up to give us an update. So currently they're scheduled to finish the roofing system on July 25th, and the deck replacement, which is above the new roof, and all the final punch list items are expected to be completed by August 8th. So hopefully by the next time, our next council meeting will be coming back to you with a presentation on all the work that happened and the reso to eliminate the emergency.
Great. Any questions? No? Thanks, Ann.
Thank you.
Item 6, city manager comments. Invite Ethan to provide city manager's comments. Ask council members if they have any questions about the comments.
Ethan.
Thank you, Mayor Leaf, and if I were you, I would avoid my last name as well. Well done. Mayor Nowak and council members, good evening. I have 3 quick announcements for you, all of which I'm happy to report out on. First off, the city's 25th annual summer concert series. Some of you in the crowd and also at the dais may have attended. This past weekend, we had a very large crowd, another very large crowd, featuring the Bell Brothers yesterday, no exception to our recent trend of drawing a large number of fans for our concert series. Our next concert is set for Sunday, July 20th, when The Uninvited take the stage. Now, I was just informed at the start of the meeting, or just before the start of the meeting, Diablo Magazine has rated them for 2025 the #1 local band. So they are coming to stage on July 20th. Mark your calendars. Anyway, concert goers will have a chance to receive some fun anniversary swag, buy some T-shirts, enjoy the music, the great food from Taste of the World. And younger fans among them, perhaps Mayor Leaf and her cohort, will enjoy the Family Fun Zone, which is brought to us this summer by Back 40 Barbecue. If you're looking for any more information on concerts, you can always visit the city's website, www.phillca.gov/summerconcerts. And now a call for projects for the 2025 Community Service Day. On Saturday, September 27th, the community will gather to take on several projects around the city. And you can help the Civic Action Commission prepare by submitting your project before Friday, August 22nd. Project submissions should be outdoors, should not require specialized equipment, and previous year's projects have included such things as creek cleanups, senior yard work, building sandbags, etc. So if you have a great idea for a project, please fill out a project form at www.phillca.gov/CSD, as in Community Service Day. Be part of the Community Service Day 2025. Lastly, just a shout out to the police. I know on coming up in August, Tuesday, August 5th, the Pleasant Hill PD will host its annual citywide National Night Out event at City Hall from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The entire community is encouraged to come out and join the PD for this great evening of family fun and community. For more information, again, visit the city's website. Please repeat with me, www.phillca.gov/NNO, as in National Night Out. That concludes my comments. Happy to yield any questions.
Any questions? Nope. Okay.
Item 7, council announcements and reports. Reports from council members. On meetings or conferences attended at city expense.
Anybody? don't think we had any. Just, nope.
Item 7.2, announcements from council members.
Okay. Councilmember Sakich, you want to go first?
Sure. First of all, I really enjoyed the July 4th festivities, including the parade and fireworks. And I want to thank the many volunteers on our July 4th commission for making that event a success. I also attended Juneteenth and Pride at Off the Grid and wanted to again thank the staff and Diversity Commission and Off the Grid for those two successful family-friendly celebrations. I think I went to the latest two concerts at the park and both bands were very good. And I also wanted to announce that I took Mayor Nowak up on her suggestion and I went for a ride along with CORE. And thank you to the police chief and our city manager for arranging that. It was a great experience. The CORE outreach employees, Talia and Greg, were amazing. They said they wouldn't mind me sharing that they were formerly homeless themselves, and that's why they went into this work. During the ride along, we went and talked to a lot of members of the unhoused community. Talia and Greg knew them by name. They knew their stories. They knew their families. It was a little difficult to see them at times offer help and it be refused, but they later told me that they often have to ask folks a few times before they'll take them up on their offer. And they also worked very closely with the police department during the ride, talking back and forth about what they were seeing on the streets. So it was a great experience. Yeah, that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Sheth?
Thank you, Mayor Nowak. I also attended the Juneteenth Off the Grid celebration as well. And also attended, which was great. I completely agree. It was a great celebration. And attended the LGA, the last one last week on Thursday. And we discussed economic development as part of the city's charter. And also we had a great presentation from the Recreation and Park District here in Pleasant Hill. For those who don't know, they are indeed a separate agency with 5 elected officials of their own. And their general manager, Michelle Lacey, gave a great presentation, was joined by their chair, Quy Tran. And so it was really, I think, a good opportunity for the academy to members to learn about how we work together and our different how we work together and how we're separate as well. So kudos not only to the attendees, but for staff for putting on a great event and a great series. So I really wanted to thank them for that, especially. Also, 4th of July as well. Who doesn't like a parade, right? That was a great time. Again, big thanks to all the volunteers throughout all these events, whether it's the Diversity Commission, whether it's the 4th of July Commission. All these people are putting in a lot of good hard work to make residents in Pleasant Hill and beyond Pleasant Hill see these great events here in our city. So thank you very much to them as well. That was it was a good time. And yes, like Amanda, we were there. I was there yesterday with Bell Brothers, and I've seen the uninvited. So I highly recommend you come on down in a couple of weeks here to City Hall. They're pretty darn good. So that includes my stuff. Thank you.
Okay, Councilmember Obolinski?
Yeah, so with Amanda and Zach, we all were at 4th of July. I got to have the opportunity to be at the fireworks and give a hoorah to the volunteers and to the PD and for everyone who stepped up to help. I mean, as a former commissioner for the 4th of July, it takes a lot to make that festival happen. So thanks to everyone. I was also with Pride and enjoyed that experience. First time in Pleasant Hill, so thank you. Also, we, that's always, anytime we have a Slavic holiday, I always want to share that. So we had Kupala night come up, and this is basically at the solstice. It's the longest night of the year. It's a pagan holiday. It's rooted in paganism, but also there's some Christianity associated with it from the nativity. Basically, you build bonfires, you use water to wash yourself, and then everybody looks for the fern flower throughout the forest. And if you find it, then it brings you good luck. So it's just a marking of the summer solstice. So we enjoyed that with friends singing and eating and drinking and singing and by the bonfire while we're camping. Other than that, I wanted to thank Sue and her husband for helping to get the cars. So we were able to have the vehicles and then we all drove them back. And I thank you for your patience of waiting for me to wake up with a toddler. So we had a great time getting the cars there. And my son did not win the watermelon eating contest. He tried, but he did not win. So, and lastly, I was also with Zach with the LGA contingent at the economic development meeting along with Rec and Park. And as someone who went through the program, I know it takes time out of your day and I want to thank all of you who attended. It's really good to learn as you start peeling back the layers of the onion to understand what happens in the city. So welcome to those who understand that there's multiple agencies and multiple organizations that control all the things that go on. So thank you.
Okay, I will add my comments to attending the Pride celebration and the Juneteenth, both at Off the Grid. If you're not aware of Off the Grid, Thursday nights, we have food trucks down here. And so we combine that with the celebrations for both Pride and Juneteenth. And then obviously the 4th of July. That was, I think, a really successful 4th of July. And I want people to understand that the 4th of July Commission is actually not a city commission. So staff does not get involved. We contribute some money to the 4th of July, but it's really all their own volunteers that put that 4th of July together. So they're always looking for additional volunteers. So if people are interested in helping out with that 4th of July parade, they'd be happy to have people. I do want to thank Sunwise Automotive that lent us 4 lovely convertible BMWs to be in the parade. That was really nice to have those convertibles in the parade, and I really appreciate that. And then lastly, I was on a panel, transportation-related panel for Move East Bay, and this was just trying to figure out ideas and thoughts on how we can move East Bay more efficiently, more effectively. And I was representing, I guess, a Metropolitan Transportation Commission. I've lost track of which one I was on. But anyway, Metropolitan Transportation Commission. Anyway, so that was it for me. Mayor Leaf, did you attend any of those things?
I attended the 4th of July parade. I actually walked in it with Boy Scout Troop 239.
And did any other members of your family walk in the parade?
Yes, my brother Wesley Leaf and my father Alex Leaf. They walked in the parade, and they were with Cub Scout Pack 282 at Strandwood, and my father is the pack leader, and my brother is a bear ranking scout.
Great, thank you. Okay, we will we'll close council announcements and move on to public comment. The public is welcome at this time to address the city council on items on the consent calendar or other items not listed on the agenda, but within the council's jurisdiction. Comments are limited to 2 minutes per speaker. You may provide comments by giving a speaker card, bless you, to Leon at the dais. Before we take live comments, I'd like to report that the city council received written correspondence from Michelle Simone and Patty, I don't know, anybody know how to pronounce that? K-A-M-Y-S-Z. Camus. Okay, thank you. I didn't want to butcher that too badly. Do we have any speaker comments for public comment?
I have no speaker cards.
Okay. Okay, we'll close public comment and move on to the consent calendar. All matters listed under consent calendar are considered by the council to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate council discussion of these items unless requested by a council member prior to the time council votes on the motion to adopt. Does anybody want to pull an item?
Yes, I'd like to pull item 9.6.
Okay. Anybody else? No? Okay. We'll pull 9.6. May we have a motion and a second for all items on the consent calendar excluding 9.6?
So moved.
I will second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. And a roll call vote, please.
Obolinski,
Yes.
Chess,
Yes.
Sakach,
Yes.
Noack,
Yes,
Leaf.
Yes.
Thank you.
good vote. Okay, we pulled item 9.6. Councilmember Sakach.
So this concerns a police grant for impaired driving. And I want to thank the police department for submitting this grant. I think this is an important issue, keeping drunk drivers off the road. I just had a few questions for the police chief. According to the documentation, it says the intent of the program is to educate the public regarding the dangers of impaired driving, enforce impaired driving laws on the roadway, and improve the organization or agency's effectiveness through training and development of new strategies. So I see how the grant will help with enforcement and effectiveness through training, but I'm a little unclear from the documents included how public education will be achieved. So can you clarify how the department will educate the public on the dangers of impaired driving?
Yes, so we plan to, we have a lot of community engagement events, National Night Out. We usually have a booth at Light Up the Night, just to name a few. So one of the components will be printing leaflets and documents to display at those and hand them out, especially on Light Up the Night, which is right in the middle of the holidays. Also, it will be purchasing a vehicle that's dedicated to DUI enforcement. It will have insignia on the vehicle. And by having that out there, it would also be a deterrent that we are out doing this enforcement.
So I also see on here that in 2024, PHPD arrested 66 suspected DUI drivers and experienced 20 DUI related collisions. So the grant would just has the goal, I guess, of arresting about 15 more people. Is that right? And 4 fewer collisions, roughly?
Yeah. It's a goal to reduce the amount of people driving impaired. We don't have a numerical number that we want, but we do have a percentage that we like to decrease it by. We don't want to come up with a number, a percentage arbitrarily, but we want to have one that's at least meaningful. And we believe that 20% is a 20% reduction in DUI related accidents is measurable, and we think we can get it. That does mean that we also have to increase enforcement. Right now, something that I'm alarmed with is from January to right now, we have already had 64 DUI arrests, and 17 of those arrests related to accidents. And we're not even approaching the holiday season, which we see an increase in alcohol-related crimes across the board during the holiday season. We believe this grant ultimately will help us with our goal, which is public safety. It's important. The enforcement, it's a direct in a way to stop it immediately. If someone's out there driving impaired, be it from drugs or alcohol, we intervene, we take them off the streets, and nobody's hurt that night by that driver, to include saving them from themselves at times.
Just to follow up, that's not a requirement of the grant. That's our own goal, right?
That is our own goal.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank
And
you. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't some requirement of the grant
no.
funds.
At the end of the grant, we do have to report, and to include if we don't reach our goal or our benchmarks, we explain why we believe we haven't.
Okay.
So
Just one last question. So if we are ending the grant period and arrests have gone up by, say, only 15% versus 20, will there be pressure on officers to go out and pull over people in order to meet that 20% goal?
no, this is a goal. It's not a quota. Quotas are illegal and unethical. There should be no reward system to incentivize enforcement against the people you serve. If we don't meet the goal, we don't meet the goal. We examine it and we explore possibly why we didn't meet the goal. I also like to state that this is a reimbursement program. So whatever we spend, we should be getting reimbursed for, as opposed to a loaded upfront amount of money.
That's it.
Thank you. That's
Anybody else have questions?
I had 2 questions, but they were answered. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Questions? Okay. Public comment on this item?
I've received no public comment cards.
Okay. Then I'm looking for a motion and a second on this.
I'll move.
I will second it. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can we have the roll call vote, please?
Obelinski,
Yes.
Chess,
Yes.
Sakach,
Yes.
Noack,
Yes.
Leaf.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we are now going to go to our mayor of the day so that she can leave before we get to the really boring parts of our council meeting. Or at least boring probably for Mayor Leaf and her family. So I would like Mayor Leaf to please introduce her family that's here, even though they got a little mention earlier, but if you would introduce them, that'd be great.
My parents are Alex Leaf and Lindsay Leaf. My mother is not here right now because she got called on a work trip, but my father is here, and my brother Wesley Leaf, who I previously mentioned, is sitting right here, and
So
they're
maybe you
giving
can
us a wave.
talk a little bit about what you do at school, what you like at school, what you like to do during the summer.
So what I like to do during the summer, we went to actually Maryland, and we stayed there for 3 weeks, and we built a fort in the woods at my grandmother and grandfather's house, and it it was like we actually built it, like we didn't just put a bunch of sticks, we like nailed it, and it was really cool.
You went to Home Depot and
Yes, we
all
went
the-
to Home Depot and got all the stuff we needed.
and grandmother led this. Way to
Yes.
go. That's what I really like to hear. Okay.
Um,
And where are you going to school next year?
I'm going to Sequoia Middle School.
And favorite topics at school?
Some of my favorite topics are reading and history. Those are
I
my
hear
two
both
favorites.
Wesley and you are big readers,
Yes. Yes, we are.
which is great to hear and they love our library. So of course that
Yes,
makes
we
total
do.
sense. Anything else you'd like to tell people about yourself?
Um,
She likes being on city government and school government, and she
Yes,
really wanted to what? Hit the gavel.
I really want to hit the gavel.
Anything else you'd like to tell people?
I'm I'm excited but nervous going to a new school next year, and I'm happy to be here today, and I was very happy that I got this.
It's okay. Yes, her parents were kind enough to bid on this at the Strandwood auction. And so she really wanted to do something for the day, and Mayor for the Day
Yeah.
was selected. So I don't know where that ranked in the other things
Oh,
for
it
a
was the
day.
best.
It was the best. Excellent.
Very tough.
That's what I like to hear. So anyway, I'm going to give you a certificate of recognition. I, Sue Noack, Mayor of the City of Pleasant Hill, hereby recognize and commend Vivian Leaf as being selected honorary Mayor for a day in the City of Pleasant Hill and for attending and assisting and conducting the City Council meeting of July 7th, 2025. So I'm going to give you that, and I'm going to give you a bag of goodies. There's a cool blanket, Pleasant Hill blanket, sunglasses, and all sorts of goodies in there, and a
I'll
bag
have
to
to
carry
check it
them.
out later.
All right, so let's go down there and we'll take a picture. Hit the gavel one more time. We're not adjourned. Don't think we're adjourned. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you, City Council. Good job, Vivian. Good job, Vivian. See you after college. Yeah. You're 2040.
Okay. We will now move on to the action calendar. This is the time and place fixed for the public hearing related to the City of Pleasant Hill Assessment District Number 20, Assessment District Number 22, and the annual levy of assessments to fund ongoing maintenance, landscape, and lighting improvements within the City of Pleasant Hill for fiscal year 25-26. Are there any council members who wish to recuse themselves? Okay. I'll now ask the Public Works Director, Ann James, to introduce the engineer of record to provide the staff report.
Good evening, Mayor Noack, council members. This is Melanie from SCI. Here to give staff report, answer any questions for Assessment District 20.
Great. Welcome.
Welcome. Good evening, Mayor Novak, and I am kind of jealous.
Nowak. No
Nowak,
B.
sorry.
Not to be confused with Kim
No.
Novak at all.
I do get a little jealous because the mayor of the day left and I was hoping to be able to say her name. But to members of the council, my name is Melanie Lee. I'm a consultant with SEI Consulting Group. We are here tonight, which is the third process for the landscaping lighting districts. The first one was a resolution passed in early February. The last one was passed in June, and that one was the ordering, is the resolution of intention to continue ordering the assessments and also to preliminarily approve the engineer's report. For this public hearing that we're going to be holding tonight, there was a legal notice that was published in the newspaper 10 days prior to this hearing. And it also, this resolution is possibly one of the most important pieces because it orders the continuation of the assessment. This resolutions, once approved, we will send to the auditor's office with the data that will be applied to the property tax bills.
Okay. That applies for 20 and 22, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Excuse me, Mayor Noack.
Yes.
That does have to be two separate votes though, because
It has
it's
to be two separate votes.
resolutions.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that that was presented for both of them at the same time. Are there any questions from anybody? No? Okay. We will now open the public hearing for Assessment District 20 and hear from anyone who wishes to speak on this matter. Comments are limited to 2 minutes per speaker. You may provide comments by giving a speaker card to Lyon at the dais. Is there any speaker cards?
I have no speaker cards.
Okay. We will then continue and, oh, sorry. There's no, I'm a little confused here. I've got written,
People had the opportunity to write into the city clerk's office
oh, I see. I
if they were
was,
for or opposed.
oh, okay. And we didn't, did we get any written?
There are no written protests.
Okay. All right, so there's no written protest. City clerk has notified the city council she has completed the tabulation of written protests and a majority of protests does not exist. The city council may now discuss and consider the resolution. Are there any questions, discussion on the resolution? Okay.
So one quick comment. We were talking last time about the residents that did not vote to increase their assessment and how they were going to find out about services being cut. And I had the thought that perhaps we could also advertise services that the 2 zones that did approve the assessment, increase in assessment, are going to receive sort of like a sign like Measure J dollars at work at the intersection of Contra Costa and Taylor, to sort of advertise what they're getting with their increase and assessment.
Well, they're getting stuff that the other groups are not getting necessarily, but not
right.
getting anything new necessarily.
Right.
So it was Zone 4 and 5B who both approved the assessment when we did the 218 vote last year. And we do have median upgrades coming up once the new roll goes in 2 of the medians, which will be more than were there before. And one of the medians, there were 3 pine trees that PG&E took down that we're going to put back with irrigation, flowers, and other beautification. And the other median is up on Pleasant Hill Road at Boyd, which will also receive some upgrades. So I think it's a good idea that we put some sort of recognition of your assessment district dollars at work. Right, for
Great.
those upgrades.
Great. Okay. Wonderful. With that, what's,
And looking at me like, what do you think? I'm like, oh.
Well, and also in response to emails, we could put that as like your signature, your
Yes,
assessment. Yeah.
yes, yes.
all right, great. Anything else? No? Okay, I will take a motion for that.
Are we doing the first assessment?
Just doing 20 right now.
20, yes,
Yes.
okay. I will make a motion to, do I need to read the whole thing out?
Just approve the, yeah. No, you don't have to. Just say so moved.
So moved for Assessment District 20.
I will second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can we have the roll call vote, please?
Obolensky,
Yes.
Chess,
Yes.
Sakach,
Yes.
Noack,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, we'll now move on to Assessment District 22. Is there anyone who wishes to speak on this matter?
I have no speaker cards.
And did we get any written?
I have no written protests.
Okay, great.
Madam Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
you could please open the public hearing.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we will now open the public hearing for Assessment District 22 and hear from anyone who wishes to speak on this matter. Okay, I've gone backwards. Okay, we still have no speakers, I'm gathering, and we still have no written protests. Okay. All right. So, with that, upon completion of the tabulation of no written protests, the city clerk will notify the city council that tabulation has been completed. If no majority protest has been reached, proceed with this, proceed. City clerk has notified. Okay, so now it's back to us for discussion and to adopt the appropriate resolution. Any discussions on this one?
No.
Okay, so I will look for a motion on Assessment District 22.
So moved for assessment district number 22.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. You have the roll call vote, please.
Obolensky,
Yes.
Chess,
Yes.
Sakach,
Yes.
Noack,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, thank you. With that, there being no further business, this meeting is adjourned to a closed session city council meeting scheduled for Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. The next regular city council meeting is scheduled for Monday, August 4th, 2025. Thank you and good night.